That's all one person, a player Liverpool bought for a fee of 65 million, which could rise to around 85 million with add-ons, making him the most expensive signing in Liverpool FC's history. But at this rate, those add-ons aren't looking very likely. I'm not a superstitious kind of guy, but the last time Liverpool bought a striker with a ponytail for a record fee? Hey everybody, it's Raf. So, will Darwin Nunez live up to the price tag? Or will Liverpool have no choice but to cut their losses in the near future? It's not looking good, guys, because the most expensive signings at each of the top 6 Premier League teams haven't done what we all expected them to do. You don't have to do much digging to find out most of them haven't justified their high price tags. For Chelsea's January signing, the jury's still out. Will Darwin Nunez ultimately have the same fate as the other record signings? I don't think he will. I think when it's all said and done, the price tag will be viewed as a fair or even bargain for what he ends up producing. The Uruguayan is going to become a world-class forward in the very near future. Nunez came through Uruguay's Peñarol's youth academy, being promoted to the first team in 2017 at the age of 17. Then in August 2019, he joined Spanish second division club Almeria for a club record fee rumoured to be in the region of around 3.7 million. He dazzled straight away in the second division by scoring 16 goals in 32 appearances in the first and only season for Almeria. Because after that campaign, a lot of clubs in the Premier League turned their attention to the 20-year-old Uruguayan. With his explosive speed, Darwin already made a name for himself with a very high-level ability to come short and combine with the midfield, or easily able to make runs in behind the defence for through balls. Now mix that in with his unrelenting work rate on the pitch and you have yourself a sure winner, right? Well, not really, as the next action after that is the problem for Darwin, but we'll get into that in a bit, because he broke another transfer record. Nunez secured a 20 million move to Benfica, which was both a second division transfer record and the most expensive signing in the Portuguese club's history at the time. The Primeira Liga in Portugal was a real struggle his first season, where you could start seeing the signs of his weaknesses. He never wavered when it came to working hard for his team or even understanding the game technically. The problem was in front of goal. He was erratic and inconsistent, making his displays very unpredictable. He ended the first season with only 6 goals in 24 matches, but was able to contribute in other areas with 9 assists and 16 goal-creating actions for his team. And you could see he was starting to adapt to the new level. The following season, he really did adapt, because he exploded, ending the season with 26 goals with 4 assists. An unbelievable tally I'm sure even he was surprised by. He then broke another transfer record, this time to the biggest league in the world, joining one of the league's giants, Liverpool FC, for 64 million, with add-ons potentially taking the overall fee to 85 million, making him Liverpool's record transfer signing. For any player with this trajectory and his first season in the Premier League, it's a surprise that people think he's already a flop. And when you actually look into why they think he's a flop, you can easily debunk their presumptions by taking a step back and looking at the full picture. For what looks bleak and hopeless, you will actually find that is the most optimistic part about Nunez. Take a look at this. The big chances missed in the Premier League last year, the year before, and the year before that. The interesting thing about this is that most of the top scorers of the same seasons are on these lists. Weird, right? Not really, because that's the life of a striker. Other than the top strikers like Benzema, Lewandowski and Kane, most other strikers are usually hit and miss until they hit a period of form. After watching him play, former Liverpool boss Rafa Benitez said Darwin makes great runs, although not a great finisher, but no one should be worried about that, because he seems to always end up in front of keepers positionally. With his pace to run in behind, he's always a threat, and as a manager, is someone he would worry about. So for someone who keeps missing big chances, for a manager, as long as their striker is getting the chances, they know that at some point, the goals will follow. You worry when the player doesn't get the chances and isn't in the right positions when it really matters. The other thing we forget is, this is his new club, in a new league, in a new country. Only aliens don't need adjusting periods. And almost all our favourite players took a season or two to adjust to the Premier League. Take a look at this. This is player 1 in his first full season in England. That's a decent return, right? What about Darwin's in the middle stage of the current campaign? Do you know who player 1 is? I'll give you a second. It's his fellow countryman Luis Suarez, who I think we can all agree is one of the best to ever do it. No, not that. And the final point I'll make on this is the player just joined Liverpool to coincide with their worst form in over 7 years. With the club failing to evolve their squad, they have aging players who should have been moved on. This in turn increases scrutiny for all parties involved in the mess. And because comparison is the thief of joy, football fans expect Darwin to match what Haaland is doing at Man City. But even in their championship winning year in 2019-20 season, Liverpool's main striker Bobby Firmino contributed only 9 goals. And he's hailed as a fan favourite because of all the other amazing things he did for the team. Is it just the 7th year Klopp curse? That's a video for another day. Till next time, peace.